Do you believe in God? Why? Do you have any evidence? What is your basis for belief? How would you reply to those questions? Hi, I'm Rich Knopp, author of Truth About God. In this video, I want to focus on what we can learn from nature that might help answer those questions. Psalm 19 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands." So what is it about nature that points to God? I will touch on just two: the origin of the universe and the origin of life. I am persuaded that an intelligent creator God is a much better explanation than the alternatives. First, most scientists, whether they believe in God or not, acknowledge that the universe began. So, how did it begin? Here's the primary alternative for those who do not believe in a creator God. Stephen Hawking, a famous physicist, claims that the universe can and will create itself from nothing. Alex Rosenberg, an atheist philosopher, asserts that universes just pop into existence, and for no reason at all. Now, atheists typically argue that belief in God is not scientific and not rational. But here, they claim that the physical universe came from nothing and for no reason at all. This is neither scientific nor rational. I'm convinced of a much better explanation. There's a vastly powerful and intelligent creator who had us in mind all along. Second, the amazing design of the universe allowed for the origin of life and its ongoing existence. While there's much speculation about life elsewhere in the universe, we only know of life existing here on Earth. So what are the mere chances of life starting here on Earth? One atheist, Fred Hoyle, calculated the chances. He said they are 1 in 10 to the 40,000th power. This is mind-blowing, especially when the total number of particles in the entire visible universe is just about 10 to the 80th power. This is why Hoyle and others argue that life had to come to Earth from elsewhere in space. They call it the panspermia hypothesis. But that still ignores the question of how life started in the first place. For life to exist, each of several dozen physical constants had to be precisely just right. For example, the ratio between the number of electrons and protons had to be accurate to within 1 in 10 to the 37th power. The astronomer Hugh Ross illustrates this incredible improbability. He said it would be like covering North America with dimes all the way to the moon, and then doing the same with 1 million other similar-sized continents. Now, what's the chance that someone could just randomly select one marked dime amidst all those dimes? One chance in 10 to the 37th power. And dozens of other values must be precisely just right like that for any life to exist. One of the fascinating discoveries of modern science is the DNA molecule. The more we discover about it, the more amazing it is. You know, if the DNA in your human body were somehow stretched out and placed end to end, it would create a strand of DNA over 34 billion miles long, enough to make 183 round trips from the Earth to the Sun. But the most amazing part is the information in DNA. DNA uses a language that provides the instructions to build every different protein in a living organism. Its information capacity is phenomenal. One study showed that just 1 gram of DNA, about half a teaspoon for salt, could store the information on 14,000 Blu-ray video discs. That is absolutely phenomenal. Another study claimed that DNA could store all of the data recorded throughout all of human history in one room. The big question is this: how did DNA acquire its massive capacity and its information content? Without God, the alternative is that this information arose from a totally non-intelligent source, pure matter. No wonder the atheist Francis Crick, who discovered DNA, later said that the origin of life appears at the moment to be almost a miracle. I'm convinced it was a miracle. It points to a God of vast intelligence. In addition to all this, we need to account for our stunning human capabilities. We have human freedom. We have self-awareness. We experience the reality of love. We can appreciate beauty. We have a deep moral sense that drives our demands for justice and equality for everybody. Yet without God, all of this has to be produced by mindless matter. I come away convinced of a much better explanation. There is a personal, powerful, intelligent, eternal, and loving Creator God. I think that's why the Apostle Paul says that God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made.